The owner of a neighboring business shocked and saddened to learn that authorities discovered human remains in a defunct Cobb County funeral home. Welcome to Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Maria Moreau. That funeral home has been abandoned since a fire earlier this year, and it seems that no one really considered what might still be inside. Atlanta News First Don Shipman reports from Marietta.
Happening right now, the medical examiner is working to identify the remains. We're talking about some 35 boxes of human remains. This building right now is all cordoned off. There's also an investigation to see if there's any criminal activity surrounding this discovery.
That's been here from the early 50s.
The owner of a neighboring business remembers the fire back in April. Now, more than 7 months later, it's not fire trucks, but instead law enforcement converging on the now shuttered Norman Medford Peden Funeral Home and Crematory along Canton Road in Marietta.
It's somebody's loved one, it's somebody's family.
This multi-agency response sparked by these images posted to social media by a British photographer who travels the world documenting abandoned buildings. But this one was different.
The amount of personal information that was there was quite alarming because it even had, for example, the deceased person and all their next of kin, their phone numbers, their addresses.
Even more alarming, he discovered ashes, cremated remains. Authorities hauling out some 35 boxes of human remains.
That's really bad. That's sad. If you lose a family member and you hear that, that's not good.
In April, after that fire, the Marietta Fire Marshal told Atlanta News First there were no human remains inside. When asked today about that, the Fire Marshal's office saying, quote, "No comment at this time as this is an active investigation." Right now, the medical examiner is working to positively identify the remains and contact family. I've also been working to track down the owner. From what I can tell, he no longer lives in Georgia. So far, no response. We're in Marietta. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
And the Cobb County Sheriff's Office saying a final goodbye to a K-9 deputy killed in the line of duty. K-9 Titan was killed after a chase ended on a Roosevelt highway last week. Investigators say a 23-year-old, Jason Wilson, didn't pull over for a traffic stop, instead leading a deputy on a chase at 110 miles per hour. He shot Titan multiple times after the deputy performed a pit maneuver to end the chase. K-9 Titan's celebration of life is happening at the Unity Baptist Church in Union in less than an hour at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We want to send out our thoughts and healing to the Cobb County Sheriff's Office, the Cobb County community, about this tremendous loss of a beloved K-9 officer. And this news out of Spelman College. The president of Spelman College, Dr. Helene Gale, is permanently stepping down. The leader of one of Atlanta's HBCUs has been on a personal leave of absence since about mid-October. This afternoon, Spelman interim president Roz Brewer confirmed that Gale would not be returning. A specific reason for that decision was not given, but we're going to stay on top of this and bring you the latest on what we learn. It is Friday, and a lot of you are starting to think about the upcoming holiday. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, but the travel season officially kicks off today. So if you're catching a flight, don't be surprised if you start to see an influx of people at the world's busiest airport. Atlanta News First reporter Sarah Hammond is at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport as millions are expected to pass through over the next week and a half.
While today is supposed to be the biggest day of the Thanksgiving travel period here at the Atlanta airport, they have had people moving through this security line like a well-oiled machine. Take a look. We have seen a lot of people here in the airport this morning, but this line has stayed short since we got here at about 5 o'clock this morning. Millions of travelers in Atlanta headed all over the world.
My 4-year-old and I are headed to Long Beach, California.
We're heading to Punta Cana.
boarding planes for a number of different reasons.
We're trying something new for Thanksgiving.
So we're on our anniversary trip and also my wife's birthday trip.
Over the course of the next week and a half, airport officials say more than 4 million people will pass through Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and today is supposed to be one of the busiest, with more than 370,000 people coming through. They note that between now and December 3rd will be some of the busiest travel days of the year.
I didn't even realize it was supposed to be a super busy day. I thought we were going early for the Thanksgiving holiday.
I mean, it would make sense that we would pick the busiest day of the year to fly.
But between 5 and 10 a.m. Friday, the security line never exceeded 10 minutes.
I'm pretty excited that it's not too long.
But that might not be the case as we continue through this travel season, so plan to get to the airport at least 2.5 hours before your flight.
It hasn't been crazy, and it seems like they've got some things pretty well taken care of here.
As of about 8 o'clock this morning, airport officials say that already 99,000 people had already passed through the airport here, and that number is expected to keep climbing. The most important thing, though, is to leave plenty of time to get here. You don't want to be that person who is running through the airport trying to catch your flight. At Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, I'm Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
And speaking of ATL Airport, one of Atlanta's most influential voices is now getting even more accolades. Award-winning media personality Ryan Cameron is now the new voice of the plane train inside of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Our Atlanta News First reporter Brittany Ford take a closer look at Cameron's legacy and what this next step means for ATL.
Well, you've heard his voice at TSA and baggage claim here at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and now renowned radio personality Ryan Cameron's voice will be extended through the airport. We got an inside look at how they make it all happen.
La, 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 la.
The recording booth is a second home for Ryan Cameron.
I've done sports and I've done so many things for so many years, and I'll go to speaking engagements and people will look at me like, okay, and then I'll read the announcement, may I have your attention, please? Airport security alert. And then their ears perk up because they've heard that.
Welcome aboard.
The Atlanta native award-winning radio personality is taking his voice to new heights.
You just got to say, the next stop is Concourse T.
Yeah.
You're putting a face.
We are rolling, and I count you down, and take your time, and 3, 2, 1.
To the new voice of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport's plane train.
The next stop is for domestic baggage claim and ground transportation. Please use the north or south lower levels for pickup.
These automated messages
Exit now for T-gates.
will soon guide millions of passengers traveling through the world's busiest airport.
Give me a little more warm.
An opportunity Cameron says comes from dedication and perseverance.
My mantra, dreams don't have deadlines. So if you're out there right now and you're thinking about an idea and nobody's saying no, just keep asking because one day somebody may say yes.
Airport officials say the new announcements will be rolled out in the next couple of weeks. At Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, Brittany Ford, Atlanta News First.
And I need you to stop what you're doing right now and pay attention to this because this is a fantastic opportunity to get your friends, family, your neighbors, your dog together and enjoy a one-of-a-kind light show that's not too far away from you. Right here in Woodstock, the Magic of Lights drive-through display is opening today. Today is the day you can grab your ticket and head out this weekend to enjoy this light show. Atlanta News First is a proud partner of Magic of Lights, and it really is a wonderful opportunity to just get into that holiday season without breaking the bank. I have been to this. I went last year, and it was delightful. I took my dog. She really enjoyed it. It's colorful. You get to almost travel around the world through this light show and art that is put on display for you. And it's a wonderful evening with not a lot of effort on your part as you're just driving through and taking it all in. It's very well put together and very affordable. So go to AtlantaNewsFirst.com where you can buy your tickets. And guys, keep in mind, these prices are per car, not per person. So you can really fill your vehicle with all of your loved ones and friends and everybody that you want to ring in this holiday with and take them to go enjoy the magical Christmas lights. All right, thank you so much for joining us here at the First Alert Desk as we kick off the holiday travel season, I want to bring you out to a live look right now at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. A beautiful day today. Bring your jacket, but make sure you get outside and enjoy some of it. If you are traveling this weekend and into next week, do keep in mind it is a busy travel season, so maybe plan ahead a little bit and get to the airport earlier than you normally would. Thank you so much for joining us for Atlanta News First Plus, our installment of Catch Up Quick, where we get you caught up on some of the stories we're following in and around Metro Atlanta. Atlanta News First News at 3.